We have to talk about Vanderpump Rules, James Kennedy. So grab a beverage, hopefully you're wearing something comfy, and let's get started.
If you like what you see, come and get it with me. I know you deserve all you want, 'cause your heart's made of gold. But don't wait till you're old. If you want it, I get you some.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel, stand-up comedian and pop culture vulture, Joleen Lunzer here for a special late night episode of No Offense, All Offense. Smash that like if you haven't already, you guys. Tonight we're going to be talking about James Kennedy, probably mostly about James Kennedy and the situation that is going on. Hello, and we have an impromptu late night No Offense, All Offense. So welcome, welcome, welcome. As you're coming in, smash that like. Big news coming out of Bravo TV, Vanderpump Rules, news that is not great. James Kennedy was arrested. Okay, multiple outlets. I'm sure you've seen it already. That he was arrested on suspicion of domestic violence, of DV. We'll continue to call it through the stream so that YouTube doesn't demonetize it. Speaking of YouTube, do all the YouTube things. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. If you want to support the channel further than liking or subscribing, you can always send a super chat while we're live. You can send a super thanks after the video posts. Consider joining my YouTube membership or my Patreon. You don't have to do any of those things, but they're there if you'd like to. So James Kennedy, as we know him, DJ James Kennedy, Vanderpump Rules star, has been arrested on a charge of misdemeanor DV. This is according to a specific article in People magazine. So what happened is the Burbank Police Department were called to Kennedy's Los Angeles home, but technically it's his Burbank home, the one that's near the airport where they fly over. And that was Tuesday, December 10th. So we're now almost, I'm on the West Coast, so I'm still in Thursday, but we're almost to Friday. So on Tuesday, they were called to his home that he shares with his girlfriend, Allie Luber, around 11:30 p.m. So it was a late night police call regarding an argument between a man and a woman. When a man loves a woman. Okay. A police spokesperson confirms to People the investigation determined it was a domestic incident leading to Kennedy's arrest. The spokesperson says Kennedy was booked for misdemeanor DV, and later he posted bail. He posted a $20,000 bail. So he was released after posting $20,000 for bail. Formal charges are pending review by the Burbank City Attorney's Office. But according to TMZ, who was first to break this news of James Kennedy and his arrest, citing enforcement source, a witness reportedly saw James Kennedy, now 32 years old, get physical with the unnamed woman. Although authorities did not see any injuries when they arrived on the scene, he was released, like I said, on $20,000 bail per the outlet. So it's unclear if the woman in question was DJ James Kennedy's girlfriend, Allie Luber. So again, everything's alleged. Everything is true that I say, however, except for the things that are false. But we do know, let me take this picture down. We do know that in the past there have been, where there's smoke, there's fire. You know, Kristen Doute, former girlfriend of James Kennedy, and also former cast member on Vanderpump Rules, has been, pretty vocal that James was an abusive boyfriend. Rachel Leviss, the other part of Sandoval, who was with Tom Sandoval doing the nasty, she also has voiced her concerns and some of her own experiences with him. With violence. We did see on Vanderpump Rules, James Kennedy, I think a lot of people were cheering for him to kind of grow up, for him to get sober, for him to treat women better. But we saw his volatile past on the show, dating women, and how he acted when he dated Kristen, how he spoke to Kristen. I still remember the incident in her apartment where he spit on her door. We saw them both get in a physical altercation on the show. There have been other allegations about him from Kristen and also from Rachel Leviss, aka Rachel Raquel. So yes, no, innocent until proven guilty 100%. However, there's a lot of smoke around this, and this is when people were, really cheering for James Kennedy. I wanted to, and I think a lot of you that follow the channel felt and heard my reluctance in that I hoped he was changing and maybe through sobriety and things, but I had a lot of doubts about this. I think we were in a kind of impossible situation when it came to the men on Vanderpump Rules, that they were all pretty much trash, and we were hoping that James Kennedy was going to be the one that was going to get better. And then during Sandoval, it seemed that he really uh for a time and supported Ariana, had Ariana's back at an important time. And so we liked that about him. He called out Sandoval. But if you guys remember, we did cover and talk about Teddy Mellencamp and Tamra Judge when they were doing their kind of joint podcast with Tom Sandoval on his podcast, Everybody Hates Tom, even though he calls it Everybody Loves Tom. Still doesn't make any sense to me. I remember Teddy had, and I think Tamra too had spoken about an incident in which they claimed to have witnessed something between Allie and James. There had also been an alleged something that maybe allegedly happened at the Canyon Club. We saw them film there. So again, there wasn't a ton of specifics around it, but this is something that, you know, we have seen surrounding James Kennedy. We have seen that he is quick to anger, quick to possible violence. He has other ex-girlfriends accusing him of being abusive. And now we have yet another situation with Allie, because I believe previously they had one other situation that I remember Allie kind of explaining that situation away. So let's see what you guys are saying in the chat. Witnesses, yeah, was really hoping he'd kicked alcohol. He was super on game when sober. Liz says Scheana had said they argue off camera all the time. There's been a lot of rumors about Allie and James' relationship, but we really wanted to cheer for them because again, there's been, the Vanderpump Rules left us with such garbage. And we really want at least one couple, one guy to cheer for, and we were hoping it'd be James Kennedy. I mean, not that you can believe Sandoval himself, but even he mentioned some event of James having to do with like maybe a cocktail waitress, but again, it's from Tom Sandoval, so who knows what the hell. Sarah saying, yeah, makes me wonder if he's drinking and on drugs again. I don't know, but people was saying that it was, unclear. And, but an insider told them in this article that James was acting super aggressive all night long. So that would be Tuesday, the night of the arrest. And he was acting erratic. He was allegedly running back and forth to the bar and body checking people along the way. That's interesting. Okay. So this is at Kathy Hilton's party, you guys. Oh shit. So again, they're not people in this article. We have a couple other articles to look at because there's been some updates and things, but this particular article is saying that they can't for sure say if it's Allie. I don't think Allie's come out and said if this is involving her, and what a horrible situation for her to be in and to be questioned about this. But apparently the pair were together earlier in the night at Kathy Hilton's annual holiday party. I didn't even see that part. A source tells people the pair spent much of the night apart and didn't show much attention toward each other. I will say, I believe Allie is someone who drinks, and James is someone who shouldn't be drinking. It is going to be very difficult in his recovery to be around someone. I mean, depending on where he is in his recovery, being around someone who does drink and who is young and likes to have a good time. because James we've watched him struggle for years with like substances. And I don't even know what he identifies himself as, but we've seen him crying time and time again to Lisa Vanderpump and getting fired from gigs and getting rehired by her, having to prove himself. So it's been a process. It's been a journey. So another, like I was saying, insider told people that at Kathy Hilton's party, James was acting very erratic, very aggressive. And he was running back and forth to the bar and body checking people along the way, the insider claimed. He appeared inebriated. So people at Kathy Hilton's Christmas party are saying he looked like he was drunk. And he spent the evening mostly alone, but when he did speak to people, he appeared irritated and rude. And again, some of you are mentioning this in the chat, not being able to come or knowing that the Vanderpump Rules gig is up. I think that probably is not sitting well with James. So Kylie's saying Nick Viall was talking about how aggressive James was acting, and they recorded that podcast before the news of the arrest even broke. I mean, it's no secret that James Kennedy has been labeled by many people as aggressive, as kind of erratic, and as someone who under the influence is not a person you necessarily want to be around. And then he himself has admitted that he's struggling. I don't remember the exact words he used, but yeah. Maria's saying the neighbor their neighbor in Burbank is the one who called because there was a verbal altercation that was heard. And this was after Kathy Hilton's party, where people are telling People magazine that he seemed drunk. He was erratic. He was running around back and forth to the bar, and him and Allie seemed very distant. So Kennedy and Luber, his girlfriend, began dating in January 2022. We remember that. We remember her popping up during Sandoval just over a month after Kennedy broke off his engagement to VPR co-star Rachel Raquel Leviss. They met at a concert for Tom Sandoval's band. Tom Sandoval and the Most Annoyings. I don't know. Apologies to his band. I know they're talented, but not Tom, not you, Tom. And Allie later admitted she had been a fan of the Bravo show. This is according to People. And then she says, I had seen Vanderpump Rules during COVID. I went down to a Bravo rabbit hole, she explained to Andy Cohen during the show's season 10 reunion per bravotv.com. Despite Kennedy's controversial behavior in the past, which was documented on VPR, Allie said meeting him was different. But again, a lot of just being a recovering alcoholic myself, a lot of his behavior, almost like early on, I was really skeptical of it, because the love bombing of Allie, all those things, it seemed a lot. It seems that that's what James kind of does. And I recognize that as possible behavior that, possible codependency, these are just things I, noticed because I noticed those things in my own life and things. And then also talking to Zachary Reality, who's one of Allie's friends. We've had him on the channel a few times, and he's lovely. And I think I even kind of voiced my concern to him about, like, I hope James is good for Allie. And, it just feels like that type of person should probably be single for a while and do a lot of self-work before they get in another relationship. Because when you have two exes, granted, I realize one's Rachel Raquel, so people are like, but that still doesn't mean, even if she's unlikable and a bad friend and screwed her friend's boyfriend, it still doesn't mean she couldn't have been in a DV situation. And I do believe that there was some very unhealthy things going on in their relationship, just from watching it and seeing it on TV, and now hearing what from her and also from Kristen Doute. So yeah, this is a crisis moment for James. Witnesses saying, I hope he stays safe. JW says pasta definitely makes people have an aggressive. You never know nowadays, what's going on over there between snorting Adderall or the cocaine. Like, I don't know if James partakes in any of that, but I do know that a lot of Bravo celebrities and some Vanderpump Rules people allegedly do. Okay. Girl, you up? I'm up. I am up. Okay. So Luber had talked when they were early dating about how, she was giving him a chance. And Kennedy has had a long struggle with alcohol. That's what they're saying here in the People magazine article documenting his journey on VPR. In 2021, he celebrated 2 years of sobriety, announcing the accomplishment on Instagram. He had posted, I'm 2 years sober today. He captioned the post, "Thank you everyone that has supported me on my journey. Here's to many more years alcohol free for life. To anyone struggling, trust me, the light at the end is brighter than anything I could have imagined. And if I can do it, you can too." So that doesn't mean people can't relapse. It doesn't mean, what I mean? It's one day at a time. You never know. That same year, he revealed that he was California sober. Remember, Lala had an issue. She was like, "That's not sober, bitch," which means he still partakes in the marijuana. But he said he did it in moderation, but that he did not drink alcohol. So this garnered pushback from, they put it in the article too, Lala Kent, who is completely sober, but Kennedy defended his stance. "It helped me quit alcohol for good. You know what I mean?" He said, "I will quit weed also when the time comes. I don't feel like I should quit right now. There's no point." So that was one of the articles. Then TMZ has an article out. James Kennedy's girlfriend seen for first time following his domestic violence arrest. Again, I haven't seen anywhere where it has specifically said it was Allie, but I mean, I think they came to their house. I'm assuming it's Allie. And I worry for her and hope that she's in a safe spot right now, that she has friends and family that she can reach out and go to if in fact this is, what happened. So TMZ just reported a few hours ago that Allie was seen for the first time following his domestic violence arrest. So Allie Luber, James Kennedy girlfriend of more than 2 years, has emerged amid the news of the Vanderpump Rules star's domestic violence arrest. The astrologer, who also appeared on VPR alongside the DJ, was spotted outside the home she shares with James in Burbank, looking seemingly unbothered, despite the recent controversy for her boyfriend. I mean, this is going to be a really difficult time for Allie. And so they're just showing her, stepping out of her house. They say Allie seemed to be keeping a low profile, wearing only a pat. I love how they're like telling us what she fucking wore after maybe being in a DV situation. Like that's going to be telling it all. They're again just saying that Kathy Hilton's party they were allegedly at, and he was there, him and Allie together by his side earlier that night. The evening took a troubling turn, it seems. Law enforcement sources told us the reality TV star was arrested after allegedly grabbing a woman in a domestic incident, though we were told officers did not see any visible injuries on the woman. Neither James nor Allie addressed the arrest directly. Okay. These stories are they're crazy. So look at this story from E! News. I mean, it's just like, look at this title. What James Kennedy's girlfriend, Allie Luber, did one day after his domestic violence arrest. Vanderpump Rules' Allie Luber hosted a holiday party one day after her boyfriend, James Kennedy, was arrested for misdemeanor DV. Oh my God, let's hear if they're gonna give us any audio on this. But like, what a weird thing to say here. Let's see if we can comment on the video they're doing here. Just very weird stories just for searching James Kennedy. Like, what did Allie do the day after this alleged? What do you mean? What did she do? Like, she has to live her life. All right. Give me a thumbs up in the chat if you can hear this.
Trouble. E! News.
All right. Thumbs up.
James Kennedy is facing legal trouble. E! News can confirm that the Vanderpump Rules star was arrested for misdemeanor domestic violence December 10th. According to the Burbank Police Department, law enforcement was called to a house in the area around 11:30 p.m. after receiving a report of an argument between James and an unnamed woman. Following an investigation of the situation, police determined it was in fact a domestic incident and took the British DJ to the police station. James was booked for misdemeanor domestic violence and later posted a $20,000 bail. According to authorities, formal
You guys, no offense, all offense, but what's going on with this lady's voice? Put on the fair, and then he was put on for bail. It's like we're talking about DV here, and she's like, and then James Kennedy. I mean, is this AI? What is going on here? I have to listen to this again because I'm distracted by the cadence of like, and then it's almost kind of sing-songy.
for misdemeanor domestic violence December 10th. According to the Burbank Police Department, law enforcement was called to a house in the area around 11:30 p.m. after receiving a report of an argument between James and an unnamed woman. Following an
Unnamed
investigation of the
woman.
situation, police determined it was in fact a domestic incident and took the British DJ to the police station. James was booked for misdemeanor domestic violence and later posted a $20,000 bail.
A $20,000 bail. He was domestic violence. This is why we can't have AI replace all of us. They're not speaking like humans. They're artificial. Yes, right? She sounds like she's like, coming to the stage. Put your hands together for DV, alleged DV guy, James Kennedy. And you're like, can we get a serious voice on this serious issue?
Authorities' formal charges are pending review by the Burbank City Attorney's Office.
By the Burbank City Attorney's Office. What is that? What kind of speech is that when someone at the end goes, da da da, ba 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 da, and da 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 da? He's taking us on a ride. I don't want to go on when we're talking about DV. What is
E!
this?
News has reached out to James's rep for comment, but hasn't yet heard back. However, James's ex, Kristen Doute, is breaking her silence regarding the news.
Instagram.
The clothing designer who dated James from 2014 to 2015 takes to her Instagram December.
So if you guys can see this, Kristen posted to her Instagram. I'm gonna turn off these captions. So she shared this in her Instagram story, and the TMZ article, James Kennedy arrested for DV, and underneath it, she just wrote finally, period. Because I think Kristen's been yelling this from the rooftops for trying to say this, but so many people are like, no, Kristen, we saw on the show that you guys both were doing stuff, and no one really wanted to listen to Kristen. So what, like, that must, as a woman who feels like no one listened to her, it sucks because it's like happening allegedly to another woman, but it must be somewhat vindicating, somewhat freeing to be like, see what I told you? Like, this is true. So the first thing I thought of when I saw this news was Kristen. So she did post this to her story.
To post a headline about his arrest, captioning the pic, finally. While it's unclear who the
capturing the pic, finally. Finally. I don't think that's how she would say finally. She posted to her Instagram, capturing the pic, finally. What in AI stop?
Named woman was involved in the incident. James has been dating girlfriend Allie Luber for almost 2 years. In fact, the couple were in attendance at Kathy Hilton's DirecTV holiday party in Beverly Hills, along with many other Bravo stars just hours before James's arrest. E! News caught up with the couple at Coachella this year, where the 32-year-old gushed about his relationship with Allie.
This amazing girl right here on my left, the love of my life,
That's
my
what
rock.
I thought you would say.
And honestly,
I was like, he better
so,
say me.
She really does make me a better man every single day. You know, she'll put me in my place, and no cutting in lines. It starts with behave on the plane. You know.
But again, that's not a woman's job. Again, every young woman out there, every woman who can hear the sound of my voice, if you understand the words coming out of my mouth, that's not your responsibility to keep a man in check, to make him a better man. That's on him. That's on him. It's very, what's his nuts? It's very Jax coded when they talk about Britney. You know, like, bear cheese makes me a better. That's not our job as women. We need to like change the whole narrative around that, you know, and that's not a compliment. Like, fix yourself, bro. Be here in a loving, like, equal relationship with me, but not like, she checks my ass. Oh, jeez. You know what? We're tired. Is this the Babysitters Club? Because I did that back in the 90s. All right. Say hello to your friends, Babysitters Club. But when I'm in a relationship, an adult relationship, I don't want to babysit your ass. Okay. I don't want to be like, hey, behave on a plane. Stop drinking. Shut up. Don't call that girl to see you next Tuesday. Like, that's not our job as women. Just because, you know, some of us have the capability to birth people doesn't mean we want to continue raising them while we're dating them. I hate when men do this shit.
The love of my life,
That's
my
what
rock.
I thought you would say.
And
My
honestly,
rock.
I was like, he better say me.
She really does make me a better man every single day. You know, she'll put me in my place, and no cutting in lines. It starts with behave on the plane. You know, like don't be too loud, don't be too loud.
What are you, a toddler? No cutting in lines. Behave on the plane. Okay. No spitting in people at people. Don't do it. Don't pull hair. Don't kick the seat because you want the flight to be over. It's going to be over when it's over. Don't steal anyone's snack. We only get these shitty pretzels. Everybody gets one bag. Sometimes you might get two on Southwest and or Sun Country. But don't even get me started on Delta. They'll give you dick.
Oh no. And
Not literal dick, like nothing.
yeah,
He's
no.
naturally laughing. He's a Sagittarius rising. Oh, we see
I'm saying I'll behave as long as I can keep kissing her, like everywhere, wherever I want.
Did he say I'll behave as long as I can keep kissing her wherever I want?
Here's what Wicked.
Okay, I don't care about Wicked. No offense, all offense. I don't want to learn about this. Wicked's already, I mean, I heard it's super good and I'm going to go see it, but I'm already like freaked out by what may or may not be going on with Wicked. I don't even know. Okay. So, to talk about what he did the day after, okay, or what Allie did. Vanderpump Rules, Allie Luber didn't pump the brakes on her work obligations amid boyfriend James Kennedy arrest. Who writes these articles? One day after James was booked for misdemeanor DV, the influencer stepped out in Los Angeles to host a fashion brand Windsor holiday party. Yeah, because guess what? When women are in DV situations or situations where they're with guys that are no good, we still got to go to our jobs and we still got to work because it's hard. But it's like you can't stop my bag too. And that could be a way for her to get out of the situation. Again, just me speculating here. But I love how they're like, she still did. She still came through. Yeah, that's what we do. Because we're freaking badasses. So she did some Windsor fashion brand holiday party at the Short Stories Hotel. Also, what are you going to call and say, hi, sorry, I'm still raising my boyfriend and we were in a DV situation last night. You might have heard about it. He was erratic at Kathy Hilton's. Can't come. No, we still got to show up for work. It sucks. Okay. We should get days off. If you're dating an asshole, they should actually put that into the plan, into your package when they offer you a job. Okay. We know hashtag not all men, but some of these guys are going to be real trash and you might need a take a break from your trash man day or two or week. Okay. So we're going to put that in there. Just let us know. So she still had to go through with her obligations. And obviously they had to, again, tell us what she's dressed in. I mean, I would be embarrassed if I had to write this story. Just look, I would be fucking embarrassed. I would be fucking embarrassed if I had to write this story about someone's DV and I would be like, oh, she was wearing a black faux fur coat. Ooh, and a matching velour dress adorned with snowflake embellishments. Stop! From the label. Allie posed for photos and mingled with guests, including Bachelor Nation's Jess, Gerard, and Chelsea Hill. This is just like, oh my God. Sharing videos from the astrology-themed event, she wrote on Instagram stories, the best night of course she's going to write that. She has to. That's a brand deal she has. Okay, she's an influencer for them. She's under contract. She's doing the damn thing. She's trying to make money moves, okay? Allie has not publicly addressed James' arrest, which occurred in the late hours of December 10th. According to the Burbank Police Department, law enforcement was called to the home, again, located in the LA suburb around 11:20. After investigating the situation, responding officers determined there was a domestic violence incident and took James to the local police station. It's unclear who else was involved. So police thought it at the time, we better take him in. Something happened, even though allegedly there were no marks or something. James and Allie attended Kathy Hilton's Direct TV holiday party the same night. I would be very interested to hear what other people have to say who were at that party. I mean, obviously we heard some people who didn't want to be named who were allegedly there sharing what they saw, but was Scheana there? There were other Bravo celebrities there, so other people saw stuff. The pair did not pose on the red carpet together, but were photographed inside chatting with fellow Bravo star. Oh, MJ. MJ's always in the middle of it. Oh, people are going to be reaching out to MJ, as well as Nick Viall. Has Nick Viall commented on this yet? I know you said Nick Viall had commented on James Kennedy, but was it after this incident or did you say before? I'm sorry, I couldn't remember. And his wife, Natalie. Well, you know that Nick's going to talk about it. I'm pretty sure. E! News reached out to Allie's reps and James' reps for comments about the arrest, but hasn't heard back. James running with the police comes amid a Vanderpump Rules cast shakeup. Again, we know they're not coming back for season 12. There's going to be an all-new cast. I can't lie, holding back some tears as I write this. He wrote on Instagram November 26th in response to the reboot news. I've dedicated my life to this show. I'm just going to be honest with you guys. I just had a feeling. I know everyone wanted to cheer for him. And I know, it was like, yay, him and Katie have this friendship and he's kind of changing. But I didn't fully believe it. I just wasn't all in on cheering for James as much as I tried. I really wanted to. But I just knew in my heart of hearts, I was like, and this is just my opinion looking, again, we'll see how this plays out. But where there's smoke, there's fire. And there seems to be a lot of smoke regarding the situation and DV with James Kenney. And we've seen so much through the years that I'm going to err on the side of, yeah, this is who he is at this point in his life. Why do they got Eddie Cibrian and Scheana there? Oh, what did Scheana pay someone to write this article? Just out of the blue, they're talking about Scheana Shay with Eddie Cibrian. Let's not forget that we owe this entire series to Scheana Shay's affair with actor Eddie Cibrian. Well, thank you so much, Scheana, who was married at the time to Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star Brandi Glanville, who has a parasite roaming around her face. I feel so bad for her. That must be awful. I know she did like a follow-up interview with E! News. I didn't watch it yet. I still can't get over that there might be a parasite in her face, and I don't understand what's happening there, but okay. Scheana dated, we know, Eddie Cibrian while Brandi, not while she was pregnant, but Scheana said she didn't know. Oh my gosh. I just kind of noticed you've attracted 2 new subscribers, Joleen. Ooh, thank you, new subscribers. But I love how they're sending me a notification for 2 new subscribers. YouTube is really proud of me for doing the bare minimum, it seems like. But Scheana says she didn't know. But that's a Teddy Mellencamp if I ever no, because Scheana didn't know. Scheana says she didn't know. Okay. And then we're talking about Jack. I don't know how we got here when we're talking about everyone. Maybe they're just talking about all the drama on the show. I mean, this isn't just on like the again, similar to Sandoval, this isn't just on like the Us Weekly, the People magazines. This is on like the NBC News. And I know they cover pop culture news, but still. NBC News' Vanderpump Rules star James Kennedy arrested on suspicion of DV. The 32-year-old DJ was booked Tuesday evening and later posted bail, like that lady kept saying. Vanderpump Rules. So the investigation again did determine that it was a domestic incident leading to, and they have to put his government name because that there are technically a reputable, news source. Okay. So they have to put Mr. Giorgio. What is that his name? Do you guys see this right here? Mr. Giorgio's arrest. Oh, okay. And now these charges will be pending the review of the Burbank City Attorney's Office. Is that his name or is that someone else's name? No, that's his last name. I had no idea. Oh, where did you post the Nick? I'll look up this. Yes. Okay, let's talk about this. Lisa Vanderpump is notorious. Bravo is notorious. It seems like Alex Baskin-Robbins is notorious. Jeremiah was a bullfrog. So the executive producer of Vanderpump Rules, Lisa Vanderpump herself, are notorious for coddling men. Coddling problematic men. And when they did that with both the Toms, and they did this with James, and while Kristen was vilified horribly, not saying Kristen was an angel, she wasn't, but she paid for her sins so much more than the men. It was like, you can never come back. Because she was like, suck my dick to the manager. And she definitely had different standards for the women. I think the only soft spot she tended to have was like Stassi, but even Stassi, she would be very hard on, now with James though, it was almost like she could see herself as the mother to the men, but the women, she would say she was the mother, but she acted totally different. And there's no better example than James and Kristen. James has done way worse things toward her businesses, toward her son, I mean, her family, than Kristen did. And yet Kristen was super vilified. And Lisa's like, never again, hashtag never again, don't like her. But we saw Lisa do this, oh, it's his mom's maiden name. Thanks for the info, Liz. I had no idea. Okay. So, Scheana dated him for 2 years and didn't know he was married. Scheana. Did they have Google back then, Scheana? What year was that? What year did Vanderpump Rules start? 2011, 2000, around that time, 2012, something. They had Google then. They definitely had Google. What did he tell her? That they were getting a divorce? Yeah, she's up the spout with my baby. I sperminated her, but we're done. We're done. Oh my gosh. Yeah, grown man babies. Oh, Southern Charm is, Bravo is just freaking relentless. It's like they don't expect the men to grow up. And when the men make the tiniest of changes or that they deem a change, they celebrate it like they won the fucking Nobel Peace Prize or something. Like they came up with a cure for a disease or something. They're just like, oh, did you see? Yeah. Craig stopped drinking for a little bit. He making pillows. And I like Craig, or it's like Shep. Yeah, Shep went off to Puerto Vallarta, no, Puerto Rico, somewhere. He did Ashwagandha. He did the thing where you barf and you get diarrhea and you get all your therapy in like 10 minutes. He's good now, Oh, what's the other tall guy's name that looks like a large cabbage patch? Austin. Yeah, he's trying. He's gonna try. And even even if they're not saying that, they're just like, well, boys will be boys. Bravo. It's crazy that a network that is, arguably marketed toward women is still doing boys will be boys. I mean, I guess it's not that crazy because I live in America and the world, and I see this happen a lot with misogyny, but it's like, wow, we're still doing this. We're still freaking doing this. This network is still out here. The men and the women, sluts. That's what they're like. Oh, what? What did you do? Did you have sex? Shouldn't have slept with Austin. Well, no, yes, Austin shouldn't have maybe slept with his friend's ex and done this and cheated and all the stuff. But you're the slut. You should have known that's how he is. That's how they are. That's how Lisa Vanderpump talks about these guys. Well, you know how they are. So they never had to change. And then these shows go down the crapper because no one's holding these men accountable. Okay, we need Tequila Katie. Yeah, Goldilocks. We need her to just start, again, she needs to just start rage texting all these men. I believe that if Katie would start rage texting Jax, the Toms, and James, just all the worst things you can think about to put them in check, we might see some change. I once had a guy who was very a horrible boyfriend to a friend of mine, abused, just the whole yuckiness, told me when I saw him at my 10-year reunion, he goes, you one time left me the meanest message on my phone that anyone's ever left me in my life. And I said, good. I didn't apologize. He said, are you going to apologize? I go, no, you were an asshole. You were a cheater. You were a liar. You were verbally abusive. You hurt my friend. And I'm proud I did that. I was probably drunk when I did it. So I don't remember what I said, but I'm happy I did that because more men need to get bad messages. More problematic men need people to call them up and be like, yo, you suck. Here's 10 reasons you suck. Actually, let's make it 100. I just had some tequila, so I get where Katie Maloney's coming from. Been there, done that, wrote the book, will do it again. Gladly. Okay. If anyone ever wants to, maybe I should turn that into a cameo type situation. You got an asshole, give me a little bit of info about him. I'll look up stuff and I'll call, text, leave him the rudest message, roast his ass up worse than he's ever been roasted up before. And yeah, and maybe that can be a service to the world. Okay. He looks like a damn cabbage patch. Did you ever notice that? Austin. If he wasn't tall, the ussy would be gone. Let's just be real. If he wasn't 9 feet tall, you'd be like, what is that cabbage? If that was a 5'7", if it was that little guy, JT, if he was JT size, we'd be like, what is that Cabbage Patch man doing? Get out of here. Go get an adult sweater. What is going on over here? He would not be able to get away with what he gets away with. Yes, Aquarius will tell you about yourself straight to your face. And I love, you want to apologize to me? No. 10 years later, I forgot I did it, but I'm actually really proud of myself. that I did that. I wish I would have done it more. Yeah. So no, I'm not sorry. You're going to order roast for Christmas. On the 12th day of Christmas, Jolene gave to me. She roasted my asshole, boyfriend, husband, guy in my life, boss, and made him cry. Something like that. But yeah, so no, it doesn't surprise me, right? When I saw this news today, I was like, I know so many people, we were rooting for you, Aubrey. Some people were rooting for James. I'll be honest, I wasn't rooting for James at first. But then Sandoval and the way he treated Ariana, and Ariana kind of being like, yeah, James has been there for me, it made me soften up to James more. And I was like, okay. But I still, right when I saw him with Allie and the love bombing and stuff, I don't know. There's just something, it just wasn't right. So again, this is all allegations right now. We do know that he was arrested and posted bail on suspicion of DV, misdemeanor DV, but we'll see once the Burbank peeps take a look at it, if they find anything else out. But I just really hope we don't see a lot of people making excuses for him and his addiction and things like that, because there still is no excuse for DV. There's no excuse for any kind of abuse. And just because you are an addict, you have to fix both of those things, and they don't always go hand in hand. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, Katie fell through a glass roof. She's like a badass. That's why she has little scars on her face. So, how do I feel about the Vanderpump recast? I'm going to give it a try. I'm not particularly, I don't want hopeful about it because I don't know. I feel like what they're going to give us, what I hope they don't give us, is something very contrived. Something like, oh, this is what we need. Are they really going to find people who are friends who are really trying to work at this damn restaurant and need to work at the restaurant? Well, I mean, need to, on their way to fame. And then how long until they're famous? Because nowadays, you can be on a show and then all of a sudden you're an influencer and you don't need this shit anymore. So, yeah, James, very controlling. And we saw that in every relationship that he was in. So, yeah, I think they probably had, the thing is, they probably had more plans for James and Allie in the future, because they were, Allie especially still in her 20s and James in his early 30s. They were the younger side of the almost like the next generation. So not necessarily Vanderpump Rules, but I bet they might have had I could have seen them trying some kind of spin-off with James and Allie. Testing the waters on it, maybe testing the waters in the Valley, possibly, as maybe there would be an engagement or something. But now, I don't know. Lisa says, I was 100 rooting for him. I'll be done 100 if he's funked up now. Goldilocks says, does anyone remember the area code phone number that you gave a guy and it said, the person that you called does not like you? And that was a thing. I've never even heard of that. I don't think they've announced the cast, have they, of Vanderpump Rules? The new Vanderpump Rules, no. Kylie says addicts have to hit bottom before they change. If they don't hold James accountable now, his next rock bottom will be lower. For his own good, he needs some real consequences. Honestly, if I was someone if he was like, Jolene, give me your advice, I'd be like, if you are struggling or whatever, you've got to get into some kind of treatment program. You got to make sure you're working some kind of program. Doesn't necessarily have to be AA, but something that works for you, and don't be in a relationship. Because that's one of the things they tell you is like, especially, early sobriety, maybe even after a relapse. I mean, I know it's hard if someone's already married, but they're not. And I think that, James would benefit a lot from not being in a freaking relationship and just working on his damn self. Lee Lewis says, I was hoping to see your commentary on this. So disappointed in him. But the signs were there, Lee, right? They really were. The 2 T's limo rumor. Yes, that's what we were talking about earlier. And I was pissed when Teddy and Tamara brought that up, because I thought, okay, if you're not going to say it, and if you're not going to tell us exactly, then don't even bring it up. Don't lead people down a speculative path that can be more dangerous for Allie. If Allie truly is in danger, then go help her, tell the freaking story. Don't just allude to it on your podcast to get views and things. So I didn't like the way they handled it, but they did talk about seeing some shit. The allegations mentioned in Raquel's Revenge P lawsuit, and of course Doute. I mean, you can't convince me that all these women are lying. That you'll never be able to convince me of that. End up says, I wonder if they stay together. This will be interesting to follow. It'll be interesting to follow. I am scared for Allie that she will, but I don't know. Hopefully she has like a good core group around her, good friends, good family that can help out. But it's a shitty situation. It's this kind of thing you don't wish on anybody, and any woman or man to go through. Yeah, maybe he should try being totally sober. That could help. That could maybe help. Lisa, it's like, but is she though? She gave him so many passes through the years. And I mean, but yeah, she probably is. Liz says James can't. No, he comes off as very codependent, and he needs to figure it out. The thing that, it's kind of the thing, it's a constant. I mean, that's what they say about addiction and recovery. It's every day. It's every day you work for your recovery. It's day by day, and it's a process, and it isn't easy. But you do it. You know what I mean? And you have to try to find, your new normal and your life and things that work for you without abusing other things. And it's so easy as addicts. You can turn to sugar. I've been guilty of that. You can turn to shopping. You can turn to gambling. You can turn to codependency. You can, love bomb the shit out of someone. You can need someone so much because you're just terrified, but you really have to get to the core, I think, in my experience, and figure out like, well, what leads me down this path? Why do I do this? What is it in me that I need to heal, that I need to let go, that I need to work on, so that I can be the best version of myself? And then you get to the point where you can be a good enough version to be with someone. Do we all head down that path? No. Is it ever that beautiful and cut and dry? Hardly. It's a lot messier. But with where he's at in life, with the resources he has, I would take this time to freaking go get some real help. Lee says, I hope Allie leaves if he continues. I hope she leaves too. Well, they had talked before. Remember, they were talking on, what was it, a previous reunion, that if he drinks again, she's gone. So he's like, I'm not going to drink, but you can't stop drinking for someone else. That doesn't necessarily work. That can be part of your why. That is part of my why, and why I don't want to drink is because I don't want to have people I love and care about feel that they have to be responsible for me. I don't want to hurt people. You know what I mean? Whether it be in things you say when you're drunk or scare them. I don't want anyone to ever have to feel like I'm dragging them down through my addiction. So that's part of the why. But the big why I think it's important is to, you have to want it, because those relationships you're doing it for, those people, they could be gone. Ultimately, you're left with yourself. So you have to want it for yourself. But it's, he might not be there. If he continues to drink and gets his, papered over by any number of powerful allies he has, he will hurt her again. I do not want this to happen, but I've seen and lived it. Yeah, DV is one of those things. Again, I've seen it too firsthand, and you wish it was as easy as like, okay, this happened, let's go. And it's not. It's so much more complicated. And for women in situations like this, or men in situations like this who are in DV type situations, it's not always as clear cut. And it's almost a lot like addiction, where there are relapses and there are, ways in which you feel stuck, you feel scared, you feel you can fix the person. There's just so much that goes into it, your previous trauma, all kinds of things. And I don't, I'm just speaking out of my ass here of what experience in life I've seen, but I'm sure there are far better, psychology channels that break this down. Recovery is rarely a linear path, right? And not a lot of things are. Leah says, so true. It doesn't work. I had to hit a point of absolute isolation and misery. And then even still, I was just desperate to be less unhappy, not happy, less. That's like, I want to say beautifully said, but it's also sadly beautifully said, but so relatable. That almost brings tears in my eyes to hear, like, I was just desperate to be less unhappy. Not happy, less unhappy. I totally relate to that. It's awful. The impotence is so similar to having an addictive family member. Ugh, another struggle. That is just, you think like, I can save and I can help if I'm here, then you might think also maybe I'm part of the problem. It's just a whole thing. Irrelevant Photons, hello. Oh my God, I made it to a live on a Friday morning in the Netherlands. Good morning in the Netherlands. We are still the evening in the California, US of A. Liz says, you just never know when they're going to snap and go too. That's the thing. I do hope Allie gets out. No matter what ends up coming out of this investigation, I hope she's able to free herself of this and this situation. I hope anyone in these situations is able to. Lots of codependency issues to work through, end up. I agree. Please, Leah, send me a copy. I would love to read your book when you're done with it. I love that. And, just so beautifully said. So I'd love to hear your story, and I would love to share it, tell everyone, go buy this book. Let's get it. Kira says, my ex was an alcoholic. He believed as long as it wasn't liquor, doing other drugs were okay. James needs to be, yeah. There are people, I think, that can do certain kinds of sobriety. But someone like James, with it allegedly in his family history and just seeing how he behaved under the influence, that's someone who's not going to react well under most drugs as well. And he would probably be, just like you're saying here, Kira, so much better off just being 100% sober and clear minded. Kylie says, I spent so much damn money when I first got sober. I think I'm still paying off those bills, right? You're just trying to like buy. It's so common for addicts to just go on to other things, like even healthy things we can abuse, like running a marathon. You're just like, now I'm running, but now I'm always running. And I just run to the point where I'm, I'm dropping the ball here, dropping the ball there. I'm just obsessed with running. Or like, now I have sugar. So anytime I want to drink, I just freaking eat candy. And I eat all the candy. But you do save money from not drinking, but you can spend it other ways, or you go to the casino or something, Yes, please smash that like. Just just keep running away. And James really would benefit from some more, alone time, and also some self-work on himself. So let's see if there's any. We're just going to keep, it's honestly, I think these stories are going to keep coming out. We're going to keep hearing more and more about this. Oh, why is that? No, I want to be over here. Make it over here. There we go. Some of these articles are just ridiculous. Then he was included in the Daily Beast 45 royals to gather. So the headline they have is, what the hell is the Daily Beast doing? You guys, look at this. So here is, let me share the screen. So I was like, is James Kennedy a royal? Because I saw this. Is this it? Okay. So here, if you look right here, oh, can I highlight it? I don't know if you can see my cursor over it here. The Daily Beast, 45 royals to gather for family Christmas with a picture of James Kennedy. I'm like, oh, shit. And then it goes right to, oh, no, this is Vanderpump Rules star James Kennedy arrested for DV. What about the royals? Why did it have the royals on it? What's happening there? James. Let's see what you guys are saying in the chat. It is really sad that alcoholism can be hereditary. Kara says, "I'm sure I have an addictive personality. I can't stay off." They make these things addictive for us, and everything pops up, and everything's listening to us and telling us, Oh, were you just talking about a cat scratcher? Were you just talking about a big cat scratcher? Were you just talking about a cat tower? Amazon just happens to have sales on cat towers. Whisker Justice Warrior says, begging my mom to leave a man like this. Whisker, I hope your mom does, but it's so difficult. It's so difficult. Will I be covering Vanderpump Rules when it airs, the new cast? Yeah, I'm going to give it a chance. And even if it sucks, we'll roast it up, So I thought James was a Royal 2 witness, and end up says clickbait. Yeah, it's a bait and switch. It's one of those like Teen Mom, Kim K, Kim Zolciak ones, like, oh my God, check out what happened to this person, my daughter. And they'll like sell their daughter, a fake story about her to get the clickbait for those weird ass articles. And that's always fun. But yeah, so let's see if James put anything on social media. Arrested for DV, okay. No, I mean, it's all over. This is going to be, it's a mess. It's a mess. I have the inkling they're going to try to sweep it under the rug. Because when there have been allegations previously regarding him, and this kind of stuff, and even with Allie, it's definitely been swept under the rug, and there have been like a lot of excuses made. So unfortunately, I think we're going to see something like that. Obviously he hasn't posted anything. His last post was, he posted something yesterday. I guess alleged DV guys got to work too. He posted this yesterday that he's going to be in Dallas. Ooh. I mean, Shenanigans, she's going to talk about this, right? I just don't see Scheana not talking about this. Oops, I spelled shenanigans wrong. Shenanigans. When do her episodes drop? It's all happening 6 days ago. So she's gonna have one dropping probably pretty soon here. Let's see if I can check out Sheena's YouTube. Smash that like if you haven't already, you guys, and keep the conversation going in the chat. Shenanigans. Okay. Yeah, she's got nothing new here. No, she does not. Okay, we got a mellow late night live. Not from Scheana, from me. Nope, the last one was the Hot Topics Good as Gold is Dead, where she had Lala on. Lala's like, I didn't even like watch the Macy's Day Parade. Like, I've never even heard of it. I don't even know what anyone's talking about. That's so crazy. Who could treat me right? Just my type. Looking for a boy who could treat me right. All right. Let's see. Who was I gonna? Oh, let's look. Nick Viall. Oh, he just had. Oh, he's talking about Kathy Hilton's Christmas party. Is there a point in this that he talks about it? Let me see. Let's see if he's got it in his chapters. And he's got Fortune Feimster and Michael Rapaport on there. And let's see. Well, where's the chapters? Okay. Vibes versus household headlines, the ultimatum, Fortune joins. Oh, so they don't really have, but they talk about Kathy Hilton's Christmas party. Yes, we're up. We're up. We're up. Hello, Crystal Gale presents. Okay, let's just peruse. Let's peruse it and see if we can find anything. Oops, wrong thing. Not that one. Let's peruse this Viall files. Never know we would be going to this man's podcast so many damn times. I barely know who he is. No offense, all offense. Did he just drop this? Why does this only have 164 likes? Is that correct? That can't be correct. With that many.
Yes, I got.
With that many. Oh, I mean, it only has 9,000 views, I guess, but I guess I'll give him a like. I mean, I feel bad. He should definitely have more likes. I'm sure he doesn't care. Okay, give me a thumbs up when you can hear it.
Where I didn't know where the light was.
But
Mary did jumped up, but I've never just watched people do things I could do on my own.
No, you haven't, but you do. Your man help is on your time.
For sure.
Yeah. It's like, we need to get this
You're right.
down from the attic. And it's like,
do not jump.
not in this moment.
As soon as I give an assignment.
not in
Wouldn't it have just been easier to get a tattoo removal?
No,
thank you.
I would be no.
I don't think
Those
really
are
buy
cute.
Miss Knowles.
No, thank you. When do we talk about Kathy Hilton's
The real
party?
gift can't be wrapped with a bow. The real gift.
The real gift is flexibility on skates. Yes, that's the. And
Where am I? I don't even know where I am.
I think in Arizona.
you
I think they're
are
Los
on
Angeles.
a
Hires.
podcast.
Ensuring
Why is he wearing
superior
those
attraction.
boots?
Oh, she was out. She was like,
Is he a
We
cowboy?
went,
Yeah.
and I got to be on. Who's the producer? Was it you? You? Who was it?
Leia,
Texting?
she's in the
Leia.
Zoom.
You know, like, make sure you come on time. You know, you're in LA. Do you want to come to Kathy Hilton's Christmas party? Might have been nice. It might have been nice.
Well, you know,
If I would've known- we had
Kathy Hilton
another-
was handpicking.
That's what Mary said.
I would have. Mary was
Mary
No.
told
Mary Cosby?
us
And
that,
Mary
yeah.
told us, yeah.
Yeah.
there.
He's showing the picture. Show him the picture.
I'll show you the photo.
Just stick it in my face. I mean, thing full.
We're falling apart.
I'm breaking up shit. Sorry.
Get this man out of here.
I'm sorry.
Nico Rappaport's
No, and I will
crabby
show
old
you this.
man.
Angie, Bronwyn, Mary, Whitney,
Lisa was actually.
she was there too.
She was
but
singing while we took this
She
photo.
was singing away in a manger.
I'm so jealous.
Away in
You're
the
welcome.
Yeah.
manger, no crib
What's
for
Mary
king.
Cosby like in real life?
The exact same.
Exactly the same.
She told me my child looks nothing like me. So,
That's so.
That is very
like
Mary
her.
Cosby.
she also
yeah.
told me that because the last time we were there, we saw her and I was very huge and pregnant. And she said that she did not get very big at all, that she just looked like she had a big bowl of pasta while she was pregnant. So,
Of course. She shamed you.
She's like, you were a huge bitch.
Yeah.
Did she say that?
No. She's like, well, I can't relate because I just looked like I had a big bowl of pasta.
She's one of the greatest shade. Like, I would say that out of all the housewives, she to me is the most unpredictable. You truly never know what's going to come out of her mouth.
Unpredictable.
And you know
shade
she
assassin.
means it.
Mhm.
You know, where she's
100%.
not saying it even to be mean or even to be nice. She's just saying it because that's exactly how she thinks and feels in that moment. And even if it's like, if it hurts you, you just feel grateful
I
to have
saw
heard
that.
her truth.
Yeah.
Used to
It's like,
borrow
I
100%.
can't take offense to
Kathy
anything
Hilton's
Mary says
party.
because I'm just grateful she said it.
100%. Was Bronwyn in there?
Yeah.
Bronwyn.
Was her husband there?
No.
No.
And I want to meet Todd. I ride hard for Todd. I think Todd's misunderstood.
Really? Why do you think Todd is
Wild.
misunderstood?
I mean, yeah, he's a curmudgeony old rich guy, but like, you know, like I don't expect him to like that his wife got bored and decided to be a part of this franchise.
I get it. Did he not, or did she not run it up the flagpole? Did she not like? Because I guarantee you, when she was like, "You're riding my dick," or "I'm on your dick," and the cursing and all, I know he was probably like, "What?
Who the fuck is this?"
Yeah, like she had this different person inside her this whole time. Like,
Why she got what? This is just like hearing two like middle-aged dudes be like, hearing my wife swearing. Did she not run it by the husband? It's like, calm your boner. Does Todd run all his Palm Pilot business deals by Bronwyn? Shut up.
Was it discussed?
I think she was just like, I'm going to do this thing. And he was like, if it makes you happy, baby. And then she did it.
If it makes you happy, baby. What? First of all, yuck. The way you said that.
And now we're getting to see at least Todd's keeping it real.
Todd's keeping it real. I got to tell you that they have the traditional bad writing on the wall. Can I ask you a question? Is that the Robert Frank book, The Americans?
Yeah.
Why is it there?
I went to a bookstore and the guy who sold me a book. No, I've had it for a couple years.
Yeah.
I'm an educated
Should we just let the women talk? No offense, all offense.
photography fan, but I literally was surprising though. Surprising that you don't have like, that's there. I get your books there. Okay, we got a fucking
cameras rolling.
Oh, and he
season 12 all by itself.
All by himself.
Yeah.
Court TV.
Anybody that
must-see television.
Are you
get
that Sandoval fired his lawyer?
Yes.
Is he? And he's representing himself?
Oh my God, you guys. That is what I saw today, that Sandoval fired his lawyer in the lawsuit that Rachel Raquel has, the Revenge P, and he's going to represent himself in court. It's so on brand for Tom Sandoval. Your Honor, I didn't do it. She knew that we were on FaceTime. I accidentally recorded. Her fingering herself. I mean, that is just so on brand for Sandoval.
It's all of a sudden become must-see television. Get the cameras rolling.
And he
season 12 all by itself.
Yeah, Shiv. Apparently, he fired his lawyer. He's going to represent himself in court. The man cannot get through a sentence without using 12 likes. He doesn't understand how the world works, how anything. He's an idiot. Okay, no offense, all offense. And he's going to represent himself, and I am so happy for him.
All by himself.
Yes.
Court TV.
Anybody that represents himself is gone. But Tom Sandoval representing himself is fucking, that's unbelievable. If that's true, holy shit.
Do you think it got...
He wouldn't even be entertaining, though. He just, well, I guess because he looked like such an asshole. But I've seen him look like such an asshole so many times.
Just too expensive for him, and he...
Of course it got too expensive for him. He is living outside of his means. He could not buy the house that he wanted to stay in and made it ridiculous so Ariana couldn't move out of it. He's in a karaoke band funded by his firefighter mother's retirement. Of course he can't afford a lawyer.
He's lost Schwartz and Sandy's. He doesn't have Vanderpump
thank you, lady. He lost Schwartz and Sandy's. I think her name's Natalie. Excuse me.
rules. I don't know if his extras are touring.
Honestly, now you just made me feel bad because
Oh.
that's probably it. Maybe.
You should feel bad.
Why should we feel bad? Fuck that guy. He made his own bed. What do you feel bad?
You love Tom?
I wouldn't say I love him.
Who loves Tom? Nobody loves Tom.
I don't think he's the monster a lot of people like to
Of course you don't.
act like he is. He has his own moral compass. It's very different than I think
He doesn't have a moral compass.
most people's moral compass, unlike say a Jax Taylor who has no moral compass. And I don't think
Sandoval's the same. What are these dudes paid by Sandoval? Did Sandoval take the last of his pennies and give it? Did he ask his mom for another loan so he could pay Michael Rapaport and Nick Viall to say they like
He's
him?
evolving.
Yeah.
Let's take it easy.
He's not evolving. You guys, he's evolving. He's evolving because now he goes, Noah, but he's dating a hot model. He's evolving. Can the women talk?
Yeah.
Is evolving.
I mean, he's trying.
Look at even. Do you see Nick Viall's? Do you see Natalie? I think her name is. Apologies, Natalie. But is that his wife? She goes, he's evolving. Bitch, he's not evolving. Okay, ask a woman. Ask a woman.
You think?
He went to listen.
They said he came back the same.
Well, it's a process.
Oh, no, of course.
And he might have to go again. And like we all might have to go again.
Yeah. Tom is working with what he's got. And when I was on special,
The worst takes, like the worst takes.
portraits with him, all I could think about over.
Well,
and
you
over,
were on the show with him?
Yeah.
Oh, I
You don't even know he's on camera.
didn't know that.
motherfucker, I finished.
Mm-hmm.
Good for
Perfect.
you. Did you really?
Yeah.
Good for you.
Thank you.
Was it fucked up?
It was fucked up. They literally torture you for a week. Not metaphorically speaking, they torture you.
No sleeping?
You got 6 hours of sleep a night.
Yeah, and Tom cried, and Jojo Siwa had to carry him, and he cried while taking a dump outside. We remember it.
Not only could you not do that, what they're doing, you're not going on there to show it,
And you won't.
you're not going to try to see if you can do
Okay.
it.
I want to say this to you because I've said this on Viall Files Plus, but I
For
want to say
you,
this
man.
to you.
You're evolving.
When I was filming with Tom on Special Forces, and it was fresh off.
I wish I could have this conversation with Michael Rapaport, and we could go back and forth about the evolving conversation. What do you think evolving means? Give me specific examples of Tom evolving and work he has done in order to evolve. And how does one evolve? And does it just happen? And what does it look like? Because if that's evolving, then I don't know what evolving is. Then I'm wrong. The dictionary's wrong. everything we've ever believed to be right in the English language evolving is wrong.
Off of Sandoval.
So you know him different. Go ahead.
And I got to know him there. Like I said, Tom is working with what he's got. So
what is that?
Not much in terms of like, troubleshooting and processing and figuring things out type of stuff.
A processing issue.
Yeah. And I met Ariana,
Adele.
who she's very smart. And all I could think about for a week while I was with Tom is she dated him for 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, there's a disconnect between like, when you it's not like she dated him for 2 weeks or 2 months.
I love how they made it like, well, that's always been the argument. Why did you date him for 10 years? I don't know, because sometimes we get stuck dating assholes for 10 years. And sometimes they lie to our faces and we think they really love us and they don't.
Or like a year.
Like, why don't they ask, why is he like this? Why is it Tom just worked with what he got, but Ariana dated him for 10 years? So explain that. No, explain to me how Tom is evolving and how he's not always at fault in this situation.
And she's like, he changed after the first, that was a whole decade.
Yes.
And it's as hard.
And they were filming a show.
Sure.
Entwined in this thing.
And if you do love someone, you want to believe the best and you want to believe it'll get better. And we clearly know that he lies a lot.
Sort of took on a life of its own.
If you're suggesting maybe it was a showman, so not a real romance.
No. I'm just saying at that age, I could see how life could sort of, like you're like, oh, and then just, and it's kind of just happening.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I like the idea and the.
Can we hear from Natalie? I see her looks like. Mm-hmm.
The processing issue thing. I hear you on that.
I think when you think about how intelligent Ariana is, and then where Tom maybe struggles, it's just hard. And then knowing that they did it for 10 years, there's a disconnect in that something to me like 1 + 1 isn't equal 2.
Like
two takes two to tango.
I struggled to like be in the same vicinity as him.
Really?
Thank you. Yes. Can you not say really? And can you talk to a woman? We choose the bear. Okay? Listen to us. We're choosing a wild bear, grizzly, Kodiak, black bear, all the bears to come at us, rather than the Tom Sandovals and all the weirdos, rather than creepy men in general. Can we let the lady talk?
Yeah.
Because of Sandoval?
No, not at all.
Not because of Sandoval, because we pick up on vibes, bro. Jesus. It's a woman's intuition.
Natalie for an hour and a half when we interviewed him.
And she's met him. And she's talked to him. And she's not an idiot. But clearly you might be.
He was yelling at you?
He was yelling at me. But it was just like there was a lot of, special forces watch parties, and it had nothing to do with Sandoval. It was
hour and a half when we interviewed him.
To like be in the same vicinity as him.
Really?
Yeah.
Because of Sandoval?
No, not at all because
Natalie
of Sandoval.
for an hour and a half when we interviewed him.
He was yelling at you?
He was yelling at me. But it was just like there was a lot of,
He's yelling at you. What did you not watch the fucking show? He yells at all the women on the show. Michael Rapaport, what's happening? Are we just pretending that we like Bravo so that we can get gigs over on Bravo? Why are we even listening to what this man has to say anymore? He yells at women. That's his middle name is Tom, yells at women, Sandy Butt. Like that is literally his full name. Tom yells at women. That's his confirmation name, his middle name, the whole nine. He's always yelling at women. That's what he does best. And we have a quote of him actually saying he wishes he was an assist in his what he said, assist male, because if he was gay or if he was trans or something, he could yell at bitches. But since he's a cis male, he can't yell at women. How are you a fan of the show and you never heard the cis male manifesto, we'll call it, monologue?
New thing is that, as a cis male,
did you say cyst?
Raise your voice, yell, do whatever you feel entitled to do. But as a straight male, if I was a woman, I could do that. If I was a gay male, I could do that. But as a straight male, if I raise my voice, it's wrong.
He's literally saying, it's not fair. I can't yell at these bitches. And Michael Rapaport's like, he yelled at you? Of course he yelled at her. He told us season after season, I want to yell at bitches. And I do. And I don't see why people are coming down on me. It's just because I'm a cyst. Not a cis. He's a cyst. The fact that he's acting dumb, like, ugh.
Special forces watch.
As a man, too, that he sucks, but maybe you're just a sucker.
Parties, and it had nothing to do with Sandoval. It was just, his personality is not my cup of tea.
No, because you're
so
a nice person.
Maybe Ariana and I have different.
What is? He's like, I remember him from, wasn't he in Higher Learning? And now he's sitting there going, this woman is literally telling you, no, he yelled at me. His personality's on my cup of tea. Nick even said that. Even a man said it. Yelled at her, for like an hour. He did, huh? You just hate him because of Scandal? He yelled at you? And then he's just like bobbed his head like, what is happening here?
But the thing about Tom, though, is he's very transparent about who he is. You know what you get. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't surprise you. Turn on episode 1.
Someone come pick up their dad. I can't do this anymore with Michael Rapaport. I can't. Call Kenya. Call Kenya to come get him.
On season 1 of Vanderpump. And then meet Tom today. It's the same fucking guy. You know, so anyone for...
So has he evolved? So where's the evolution if it's the same fucking guy?
Who's just like, I can't believe you did this. Or like, he hasn't changed. You know, I just don't think Tom can be that dangerous because he is who he is. He lets you.
To you, he can't be dangerous. To you. You're not the woman that he likes to yell at and gaslight and try to ruin Ariana's whole career, get her off the show, ruin her reputation after he fucked around on her.
Know who he is. There are no surprises with Tom. If you're surprised, I feel like that's...
I got you.
You know what I'm...
Interesting how you can say that. If you're surprised, huh? But have you ever dated him? Has he ever lied to you while in a relationship? Take several seats. Go take your cowboy boots and your dad, Michael Rapaport, and go somewhere else. Okay, go to the ESPN bar or something and let the ladies talk. This is ridiculous.
Let me ask you a question. As fans, I throw this at all you guys, as fans of reality shows, do you, like when you went to this party last night, like I've been around them at BravoCon and stuff like that, but do you like to know how the sausage is made? Do you like to have inside scoop and all that stuff? Do you like to understand it? Because
I feel like my dad, who doesn't even watch Bravo, would have a better take on this than Michael Rapaport and Nick Viall at this point.
I'll be honest with you, as much as insight as I have into the way TV shows are made, people as I know, housewives, you know, producers and stuff like that, I never want to know anything other than what I see on TV, just for pure entertainment purpose.
I liked behind the scenes because, like, as someone who's been very much involved in the making of reality TV.
Have you? I don't know this. I don't know.
I was a Bachelor. For a while.
So you know how the shit works.
Yeah. And so, like, as a Bachelor, you're producing, you know, along with the producers, so to speak.
Wait, did you get married on The Bachelor?
No.
That would be dope.
Yeah. Well.
No, she wasn't old enough to be on The Bachelor. No. She was like in high school when it was on The Bachelor. I don't know. Isn't she a lot younger? No. I was at daycare. No.
I got this shit now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and I think even though there's the behind the scenes, there's the behind the scenes of the behind.
I know Michael Rapaport came on this podcast and did zero research into who this guy is, where Nick Viall comes from.
Behind the scenes, in the sense that for me, like when I get to meet these ladies and I meet a Brawin, right, and then I meet like an Alexis Bellino, it's just like I can tell who's like, this is who they are, and then like who's putting on the show. You know what I'm saying? So for me, there's kind of the analysis of like the behind the scenes, then behind the scenes of like who's kind of the nuance.
I understand
of that at all.
I understand. Okay.
Yeah.
Why are we still letting men podcast? Can we just get like a week off? Just like 1 week, especially when they're talking about stuff that like specifically affects women. Can they just not have a take on that for like a week?
Yeah.
Okay.
What did you think of OC?
Awesome.
Yeah.
Pure. It's pure. You know, the OC for me, this is just for me. The OC, the women and the behavior is so foreign. And I say this with all due respect. It's almost like going to some sort of exotic zoo and watching like exotic rare animals behave. Like I can understand how an elephant, gorilla, crocodiles, you know, all the regular cast of characters. But if you go to like a zoo and there's like, you know, weird, wild, like gazelles and like, you know, beautiful like birds and that's what like OC is for me. The screaming.
They're all endangered species.
Yeah, protect them all.
Protect them all, because their level of emotion and their screeching and their yelling, to me, I'm like, this is what the fuck it's all about. Like, this is fucking reality TV.
We had Vicki zoom in last week. I don't know if you heard. All of Bravo Nation was.
We heard.
We were in the middle of a scene with Vicki Gunvalson. Gunvalson.
Watch yourself.
Yeah.
I don't
disrespect the queen.
I'm not saying that disrespect.
No, it was kind of.
I apologize, Vicki.
That's an
And
OG
Michael.
of the OC.
No, I know.
I apologize to Michael too.
Michael, I apologize.
Apologize to Vicki again.
Vicky, I'm sorry.
After all
and
this, like,
Michael, one more time.
Gumbelson. I mean, what the fuck, man?
Grundleson. How dare you?
Something like that. Anyway, she know I'm talking about. No, we don't know. You're going to get it right, Nick.
She was very much like, I don't want to be here. I have so many other things I need to be doing, but I guess sure, let's do it.
From lunch.
Isn't that the truth? I can't find the clitoris with the diagram, but sure, I'll weigh in on women's issues. What's going on? What are these bitches afraid? They don't like Tom Sandoval. They think he's creepy. They think he's a liar. They don't like him. It's weird. He yelled at you? Interesting. Yeah, let me give you my full take on
Beaches of Mexico.
Yeah.
You know, it's like anything could happen.
But God bless her. She was awesome. She was funny. And then when we said goodbye to Vicki, she didn't know how to hang up. And so we had a bit of a hot mic moment.
Shit.
And she started talking some shit about like, I don't know who the fuck Nick is and shit like that. It was great.
I love it.
And then what was so awesome about Vicki is that we wanted to keep it in.
And Rapaport is supposed to be like this. He touts himself as like this huge Bravo fan and dialed in. He's no busier than the rest of us, and he doesn't even know about this Vicki hot mic moment. I mean, I understand you're not gonna know about everything, but that was a big story that you would have seen if you want to be like, come on, she's the queen, and you didn't even hear about it, brah.
But we like to keep it real. We like to, we don't like to go behind people's back. So we reached out to her and said, hey, we got this. Do we have your permission to keep it in? And she graciously said,
She played ball.
Let's fucking go.
Awesome, man.
Yeah.
Not only that, she doubled down and then she took some of the audio and made her own
Yeah,
video
she
of being
leaned in.
like,
Yeah.
I have 400 meetings while she's ordering a Corona on a lounge chair on a beach.
I love it.
No, it was awesome.
So I think that she exemplifies what the OC is all about. And I say free Vicki Gunvalson and make her back full time.
Oh my God. If that was an audition, it was awesome.
So would you, were you team Alexis or team Shannon? What are we thinking about here?
I'm going with Shannon. I'm going with the OC.
But it seemed like there was a party that almost would like you have.
Alonzo says the podcast he's on literally promoted the clip. Just tell me it's not like just a money grab at this point. Like faking the funk. You don't live it, bro. Oh my God. Yeah, that's true because he's on this podcast. The clip. Is the podcast he's on? Did it promote the clip? Is Michael Rapaport on a podcast, his own podcast, or just this? Either way, come on now. Come on.
You like love for Alexis?
A defense for Alexis?
No.
Oh, he's going to give us a defense for John Jansen?
It was kind of just like taking in like almost like why she asked me this question.
Oh,
it was like that.
Is there another answer?
Yeah, like I mean,
John Jay and Alexis were at that party too.
Yeah.
Last night.
Yeah. It was star-studded. Johnny J.
I walked
was
right past
there.
him and I wanted to say something to him, but we've talked some shit, so I just didn't want to agree to see him.
Can I ask you a question? And this is a hot topic. I have been, and I'm in the. You talk about like like rare birds. I have been critical at times of Kathy Hilton because I
Maybe
have
that's why
felt
you were
like.
invited.
Say it again.
Maybe that's why.
No.
You were invited.
But I've had an olive branch reach out. They were like, "You're misinterpreting it."
Okay.
I think that if they had known that I was in LA, I could have. I'm not saying that.
No, you would have been there.
If I would have known you would have wanted to go, I would have been like, please come with us.
I'll be your +1, and I would have been like, yeah.
He doesn't even know who you are, Nick Viall. He literally has just admitted he knows nothing about you.
We had an unused an invite.
However, this season, Kathy Hilton has been with the hat and the driving with the invitation back to what we love. But she got mommy dearest-ish, with Kyle. How dare you?
Was I going to talk about James ever?
Including Kathy Hilton. We can't. Which is she was having meetings with.
It was like
ahead a little bit.
Argues moments.
I want to know what Kathy was like in high school.
High school.
And that was just high school.
I think he's soft, and let me tell you why.
I think he's soft. How?
He's emotionally weak.
I'm a guy. A few minutes ago about Jax. I came to his defense. You know what I mean? Because I'm like,
I've been hard on Jax.
You came to Jax's defense? What a waste of a defense. Oh my God.
All the housewives. That's why when you were so openly critical a few minutes ago about Jax, I came to his defense. You know what I mean? Because I'm like,
I've been hard on Jax.
He will and always will be the number one guy.
He sucks.
He might not have ended as the number one guy.
I think he's soft, and let me tell you why.
I think he's soft. How?
He's emotionally weak.
I'm not arguing with you. That's why we loved him.
He's excellent television.
I like that you're criticizing him. See, my wife is more hard body than I am. Like, she's like, you love them. I'm like, yeah, I love them.
Yeah, yeah.
You love them as TV. You love them as watching them on TV, or like you would like let Jax date your sister.
Hell no. Hell no.
I think Jax is objectively kind of like dangerous to society.
Like Luigi dangerous to society?
No. I think there's
whoa.
Jesus Christ.
Is Luigi
man.
really
has ruined people's
calm your
lives.
Whose life did he ruin?
When he gaslit Stassi and his entire friend group, and when he had sex with the stripper, and then he made Stassi in that moment like feel like all her friends were alienating her and everyone was turned against
that is true.
Her, and everyone knew. Like,
remember when he had sex with Faith and he let Faith take most of pretty much all of the hate for it, and allegedly it was in front of like an elderly woman she was caring for, and he said horrible things about Britney. Remember how just this past season he said horrible things about his wife Britney and throws her under the bus and throws her alleged drinking problem in her face while he's got a lot of problems.
He was
whenever he like walked in on Kristen and Brittany.
I'm not defending this.
Oh yeah, then he outed a possible hookup with Kristen and Brittany that he walked in on to like embarrass them, something they didn't want out there.
Behavior in any way, shape, or form. Although I will say, as I don't know how old they were, late 20s.
He was 33.
Dude, Jax Taylor started the show at 50. Okay, he came in with his AARP card and he was like, "Hello, I'm here." He was old compared to the rest of them.
33, late 20s.
What again? Boys will be a 33-year-old guy that's like a toddler.
25, 33.
It's all the same.
You know, Vicki Gunvalson. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, I get all that. I don't see the thing is for me about all of them, the men, the guys, the girls. I look at it more like TV characters.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, and I root for all of them. So when you say about PK and Doute, I'm like, I want them to do well.
Who watches anything and roots for everybody? Like no one watches sports. You know what? When I'm watching the foosball, I cheer for all the teams. I go Buffalo Bills, go Minnesota Vikings, go Packers, go everybody. Everybody win. I want everyone to win. This is how it works. This is how it works in entertainment. You always have your favorites, people you root for. What is this guy talking about? Does he just want to be like invited to all their parties?
Them if they're not going to be together, I don't, I want them to divorce as well as possible under these circumstances.
Good man, in the NBA, I just want everyone to win the championship. WNBA too. It can't always be the Lynx. That's why the other team, the Brooklyn team, I think had to win this year the championship. But I want all the teams. I want all the teams to win.
I think that he's done based on what we've seen so far this year. Like he is fucking done. She was ride or die with him for all these years. And now you're got some perspective. Maybe you're sobered up and you're like, fuck you, Doute. I'm like, no, this is not the person you say fuck you to, because she was with you when you were probably not at your best.
Yeah, just like managing Boy George.
Yeah, and probably a motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Was.
So like, now you're sobered up and you're like, you're PK from the show, and
single PK.
Yeah. Single PK. Yeah, and you're out and about, you got a couple of new jackets and some suits. It's like, you're still with your kids. You don't get that.
Getting older. And she's talking about like, something now that I'm a dad, you think about like, you assume you won't die alone. Hearing Kyle talk about that, like, for like protect that family
thing, and if you've made it this far, stay together, especially with Casey, because all these people and that silliness and the arguing, the screaming and all that stuff, that's all awesome. And the Vicki Gunvalson and the screeching, and incredible TV when it's at its best. And I get.
Do you have that with Brittany on Salt Lake City?
You remember my baby?
With Brittany on Salt Lake City.
You remember my mom, baby?
Do I have
I'm calling her baby. You remember my mom, baby? Baby, them cowboy boots make him talk like you remember my mom, baby.
Brittany, you know Brittany.
Yes.
You know Brittany.
The new one. Step your face. Yes.
What did he just say?
Did you watch the most recent episode of Salt Lake City where Angie's calling her hair pornish?
Yes.
She has slutty vibes.
Yes, I did. Sorry to step your face. Yes, I do. I thought that was fucked up, and I thought it was, and what I thought was interesting is like people be like, you're this, you're that, you're da. And then you go, you made her cry. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm like, that's not how I act. Like, I need like a day to be like, well, fuck her, and fuck him, and I'm not fucking. Like, I need to come down. Like, they just like she's crying. Like, oh, okay, I'll go fix it. Like, she just called her a slut on TV, and her hair was porno, and I'm like,
what about mitzvah?
Oh shit! And Meredith Marks bat mitzvah.
I love Brittany. It's I don't think we could necessarily have. She's protection.
What about?
First, don't get the big. Me neither.
Behind closed doors, at least to us, Rowan speaks very lovingly of her husband.
She loves her husband.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because I think honestly at this point,
we got some quotes here. That's a good episode.
Pornish dress, pornish nails, pornish.
Yeah, I think that was,
What about Brittany being like, she is the one being like, I'm seeing 3 guys, I'm seeing 10 guys, I have a roster. Like she's saying all of that herself, and Angie's just using her words against her.
Yeah, do you have a roster? And you know what's crazy is that in Salt Lake City, you get a perspective that the Osmond dude, like that's the top.
Have you seen his social media?
No.
He has been posting like, we were never together. We she's used to come over.
The lawyer.
Which spot presents him?
That would change the entire narrative.
Yeah. Kim Kardashian, you went to school. I'm doing this shit off the internet. I'm Google searching and I won.
He's watching Law and Order. He's watching.
See, or Sandoval.
Injured, yeah.
That would be Epic.
Dude, I think he would be an ambulance chaser of a lawyer, right?
As he should. So what? So
He's
what?
like telling his clients, like, if you're at fender bender, like, you better get out and be like, your neck is hurting.
I've been trying to
It's
convince.
better than Schwartz and Sandy's.
I've been trying to convince Tom to get on OnlyFans.
Yeah, why not?
Exactly. I don't care what he
Is he
does.
broke? He's still got.
He'll be on OnlyFans in no time, you guys. He's got to make that money. All right, we're an hour and a half in. I guess I don't know if I just didn't get to the part we talked about James. I'll try to find it, and we'll see if we can cover it at a later date. But thank you guys for joining me for this very special late night. No offense, all offense. Smash that like if you haven't already. Thank you for sounding off in the chat. I know I didn't get to all of your comments, so please sound off once the video posts in the comment section so I can go in and read the comments and comment back and all that stuff. He doesn't come up till the last 4 minutes. Okay, Denise, I'm gonna hold on. Let me let my kitty in. He's crying at the door, and the last 4 minutes of the podcast. Okay, I'm gonna give it a little chance. Hold on 1 second, guys. 1 second. Prince, kitty, you want to come here? Come on. Hi. Yes. Hi. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to close you out of here. Oh, you're just a sweet baby. You're just my sweet orangey. Sorry, guys. Orangey baby was at the door. Like, Mom, let me in. It's a late night live. He's like, hello. If I can't lay on top of your head and eat your hair, I don't know what I'm doing with my life. Okay, let's try this again. Well, hi, mister. Yeah, you got a lot to say. It's good to see you. Okay. He's just a little orangey. I have to do whatever he says because he's the boss, because he's just too cute. All right. Let's go forward.
It's like a thing, So
how'd you get your start?
I got my start.
Oh, it's through the lens of Vicki.
Is it with Fortune
Why only 20? She
Feimster?
just was in a hurry.
She had 400 B.
Dude, we have reached the point. I was invited
Right?
to
At the end when Michael Rapaport's on, sorry to ask you guys questions in the chat about this, but I appreciate your help. Or is it when Fortune Feimster's on? Because if it's like the last 4 minutes before Fortune. Okay, thank you so much. Hi, Prince. You can come up here. Come on up here, baby. Okay, oops, I got it muted. Sorry, guys.
This was a real pleasure, and
Pleasure is all
awesome.
ours, man.
Thank you. This was dope.
Well, thank you.
What's
Can
the
you
name?
plug?
What's the name of your podcast?
Oh, wait.
I'm Rapaport Stereo Podcast, and the podcast with my wife.
Yeah.
You're on social media, like some of these people. I'm like, man, they just like. There's so many like. There's a whole agencies like full of.
She was
right.
the chef.
With
or,
Penny's,
whatever
Penny
she
did him
is.
dirty. Penny's husband is a lawyer, and I feel like
Oh, they're talking about
if you
Chef
understand
Penny.
like the tea leaves,
You got to be careful.
Wow.
Penny knew what to do. She was smart enough to get the copyright or the trademark, and then she basically, I think, is leveraging her husband being proactive to get the trademark against Ariana and Katie and fucking them over. down with fucking Chef Penny.
So the trademark for the name of the restaurant,
Yeah.
or
No, something about her.
well, I never loved that. If they go Katie and Ariana sandwich spot, you'd be better off anyway.
Are you kidding me? Michael Rapaport, you have the worst takes in the world. Something About Her is a wonderful name. They've sold so much merch. It's fucking awesome. You can do so much with that name. What are you talking about? Ariana and Katie's sandwich shop? Oh my God. Put him to bed.
Something about her, we know it because we're in the vernacular and we're in the zeitgeist. But if you wanted to open up to the real world, like there's a better name out there. I don't know if Katie and Ariana's sandwich spot is the best one, but something could do better.
I think, maybe back to the drawing board. But so you think just walk?
No, Katie and Ariana's sandwich. Shut up. Shut your face, Michael Rapaport. That is it's a horrible take. Something About Her. You don't even have to be in this zeitgeist you speak of. It literally is. I would wear that on a shirt. It's just a cute saying. Something About Her. There's something about her. There's something about Mary. It was a whole freaking movie. Like, what are you talking about? It amazes me that people like this get paid for these horseshit takes.
Walking by, you're not a Bravo fan at all, and you look over and you see something about her. You're not like, oh, we should go in there.
No.
You're like, oh, that's.
It's because you're an old man. No offense, all offense. Like, maybe that's why. Again, maybe not the demographic. Should be because it's just sandwiches. But I guess because the name's too clever. Isn't he supposed to be a comedian? What is going on here? Oh, Princeton, you hit the keyboard, little babies.
It's a cute like salon.
Yeah, something about her. I'm like, I want to like. It's like a Jersey Mike Subways. I want to fucking eat the fucking Subway.
Do you think Tom will follow through with
Subway's
this, with being his own lawyer, or do you think this is a PR stunt and then someone like because
he's not, he can't do that.
Someone will sit him down and say you can't do that.
I think after all the hate he's gonna get after publicly announcing that that's what he did, he's gonna get a lawyer immediately.
Eat my crack.
Let me tell you something. If my man represents himself in court, you gotta like go.
Yeah.
We gotta go together.
If he represents himself and wins,
that would be.
That would change the entire narrative.
Yo,
cool.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yo, Kim Kardashian,
Every
you went to
offense.
school.
Dead
I'm doing
ass.
this shit off the internet. I'm Google searching and I won.
he's watching He's watching Law and Order. He's watching.
I will apologize.
I was just gonna say,
Yeah.
you bite your fucking tongue.
I will do a whole episode saying I'm sorry.
And then it's Sandoval LLC. You know, or Sandoval ESQ.
He's opened up his own law firm.
Oh my God! Yes, the commercials you could do.
That is what's up.
Oh, the billboards. The
Have you been wrongfully
injured? Yeah.
That would be epic.
Dude, I think he would be an ambulance chaser of a lawyer.
Of course he would.
He should. So
Yeah.
what?
And now you hear this part.
So
He's
what?
like telling his clients, like, if you're at Fender Bender,
I don't care what he
Is
does.
he broke? He's still got. But there's still so many reality shows.
How do you think he spends?
And you know what? And let me tell you something. If you were opening a bar, and it was like a post-Vietnam military, hat store, like my youth, and like, I mean, I think that in what way? Like I lean towards the adoration. Do I think she's the greatest housewife of Beverly Hills? No.
People again. I don't want the whole the lectures of like I'm gonna sit you down and pretend to give a shit about your mental health or your well-being.
I agree.
It's just like,
let me ask you a question, Nick, because you seem to be a sharp dresser.
what am I?
Say it again.
What am I?
No. You're gonna like this.
You're a woman.
Okay.
Nick, are you jealous of Ken's shirts and all that stuff? Because I like is that cashmere? No, that's not cashmere. Ken would have cashmere.
Cashmere.
But he's got custom pink,
Why are we talking
purple.
about
He would. Ken would never wear some artificial rips in a jean. Are you kidding?
Ken's an old-fashioned gentleman, and he dresses like a fucking gentleman.
Hell yeah, he does.
So what do you? The real question is, what do you think of Ken?
I think he's loyal.
Wow.
Put it like that. Listen. I think it takes a lot. I think it takes a special man and a strong-willed man and a confident man to play, sidekick to a powerful, successful woman that Lisa is, and not be unbothered or try to like you know what I'm saying? You see a lot of couples where they fight and they compete for success, and it's like, and Ken is kind of comfortably known his place the whole time, and maybe behind closed door the dynamic shifts and it's changed, but publicly Ken has no problem living in Lisa's shadows, and I respect that.
I respect that too, and also I think that it probably has shifted in their relationship, because I think at one point Ken was the man. He seems like he had a
again, old, antiquated, ridiculous takes. So what Ken wants soup. He wants a nap. He wants soup. He's tired. He loves his wife. Why would he be threatened by his wife making money moves? But they're like, as a man, it might be a little hard for him. It's like, shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up, you two. Shut up, you two.
Run. I don't know what he did.
Club owner.
That he was the fucking guy. And he's got a little older and he got confident. And he was like, you know what? I'm rocking this pink shirt. I'm rocking this custom purple shirt that a guy, another man, I'm not going to point fingers, might not be able to wear.
Commentary.
You don't think I can wear it?
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying some people might
I've worn plenty of purple and plenty of pink. My high school colors were purple.
Wow, what a man.
Yeah.
Can we
Look at this fucking guy, Nick, man.
Full of surprise.
See, I wouldn't do it for nothing.
They pay you to go on the
respect. Self-respect.
Hell yeah.
Fuck that. I like that. I like that, Nick. I like that. So
that was like my wife and my future. I just found out that Natalie was pregnant when I went on that show, and the whole time I was like, someday my kid's gonna watch this, and don't be a pussy.
Motherfucking A-right. I like that.
If my
These
wife
are
wants
strong.
me to turn
They
her on
create
by
life.
going on the show next season, though. Denise Richards, Bond girl.
Man.
Denise Richards did.
Good for her. Good for her. What's any actor or actress to kick
or come back or no
on this show?
Yeah.
Def?
Yeah. Plug. What's the name of your podcast?
I'm Rapaport Stereo Podcast, and the podcast for my wife is Rapaport's Reality.
Yeah.
Which maybe you come on one.
We'd love to,
because we all
we can have bad takes on my podcast too.
It's a lot of shit talking, a lot of sports, a lot of pop culture, but I've had to, and I've had the podcast for 10 years. I have to curb my enthusiasm for my housewife shit. So
we can
when
talk sports too. I can go all day. I argued with Keyshawn Johnson yesterday for an hour.
On his podcast?
All day, every day.
I'm down for that too. But I had to, so me and my wife were like, let's do it. So we could just go deep.
Yeah.
And I'll say this, one of the best episodes and moments was Vanderpump Rules. The revamping, recasting was announced right before we started. And I saw it on my phone. And I said, babe, don't open your phone. She said, why? I said, just don't open your phone. And I told her live. I mean, she almost fucking started crying.
That's that's the authenticity we need to do here.
I love her.
We need to,
She was crying out of sadness.
I mean, we were both like, you know, like more and more. Like she was like, no, and I was like, you fucking said this is the end. I said you should never put it out there. You said this is the end.
Her.
I thought they're gonna do.
No, I was just like, you know, this is what happened because she was like, it's over, and I was like, it's not over. I said, now you see, now you know.
I mean, that montage they put at the end of the last episode, I'm like, I thought it was over too.
Crying. These are the best. And then they're looking around. They don't know where the camera is. They're like little puppies with, you know, deer in a headlight. They don't know. Yeah.
Oh, one more story. So we saw James and Allie there.
Finally.
James crushing his DJ career.
At Kathy Hilton's?
Kathy Hilton's. Said hi, love James, love Allie.
Me too. I fuck with James. I fuck with Allie.
Took a picture. I hope James is okay with me saying this. James brought a friend. We met his friend. His friend seemed lovely. Allie and I were talking to some people like 15 minutes later. I'm the only one who saw this. Nally didn't even see this. Nally was immersed in a conversation with the other person we were talking to. And then James walks by. And then James turns around and he says to his friend, I forgot his friend's name. Let's just say his friend's name is Sam. And he goes, Sam, hold this now. And I was like, and his friend just grabbed the drink and James kept walking. And I was like, that's
the James Kennedy.
That was insane.
But you know what? That's the sober James Kennedy we all want to see.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
we want him to be we don't want him to be drunk to do. We want him to be like, you want to do that? Like that's who you are, motherfucker.
I was like 10 minutes earlier, I met this guy who he introduced as his best friend, and then 10 minutes later, he was barking orders and
he's
just
DJ James Kennedy. Man.
So why is this like? Yeah, that's what we want to see. We want to see James yelling at his friend saying, "Hold this bitch," and hold this drink. And Dub says, why is Michael Rapaport all hyped up? He's like, yeah, that's who I want to see. That's who I want to be. Yeah, I fucks with him. I fucks with him hard. Yeah.
Man, he needs his hands free.
Neon Carnival DJ James Kennedy.
Hold this now.
Yeah, he's got to go do something.
Yeah, he was.
That's
awesome.
It
was awesome. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I really felt like I saw something precious.
Yes.
Yeah.
What did you think you saw? You saw James Kennedy being an asshole to his friend. Hold this now. He couldn't just put it on a table. He couldn't put his drink, whatever was in it, at the DJ booth. What if my friend? Think of if your friend came up to you and was like, "Hold this now." I'd be like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" I am not holding nothing. I would go, "Okay," and then drop it and walk away, and we would never be friends anymore. And they're like, "That was so freaking cool."
Yeah.
Saw something you shouldn't have saw, but you were happy you did.
And I was the only one who saw it, and everyone else was just like in their own.
Why is that cool?
Own lane.
I fuck with DJ James Kennedy. He's that.
How much do you fuck with them? Because you're getting real excited. You're getting real excited,
dude.
I said to him last night, out of all, maybe other than Ariana, he ended on the highest of notes.
100%.
He peaked at the right time.
Yup, and he's doing good. And I wish them all well.
It's good to see him, Mike.
Appreciate it, my man.
Up next, Fortune Feemster.
Okay, I do like Fortune Feemster, but that was enough. That was enough of that. That was a lot. Okay, you guys, but we did it. We did it. I don't know what those men were talking about. I don't speak whatever language they were speaking. Worst takes in the world. Pass it to the people with a uterus. Okay, just pass the mic to your local uterus. Just uterus to the right, uterus to the left of me, uterus to the right. Here I am going to give up the mic because you have nothing. There was no contributing. What was brought by them speaking on such things, I don't know. But we were here, you know. It's just like, okay. They're like, it was so cool. And then we saw James Kennedy and he walked by and he brought this friend. His friend was lovely. What a great person. He looked at his friend. He's like, hey, fuck face, hold this, you fucky fuck. Oh man, it was awesome, dude. It was like, yeah, that's how he has to be. I'm sorry, what? That sounds like someone who would be drunk. The only time I would ever talk to someone like that, who I considered a friend, would probably be and I was intoxicated, which is why I don't drink anymore. But we all suffered that together. And we did it. We made it through. So smash that like on your way out, you guys. Tomorrow I'm going to try my best to do a no offense, all offense for Friday, but I have Nana in town and we are headed to our party, our holiday party tomorrow night in Hollywood. And so I'll definitely be posting pictures on my Instagram if you follow me there at Joleen Lunzer. And you can see Nana in her adorable outfit, and she's so excited, and we'll keep you up to date on if Nana meets any celebrities and which celebrities she takes pictures with and who she pretends to know, and if she sees her boyfriend Jack from 30 Rock again at this party, because it's the same party we went to last year. And I got my outfit today. I wasn't as thrilled as I was last year with my outfit. I really wanted to find a red velvet suit that was really, or a cranberry velvet suit, and I didn't. Instead, I found black, but has sequins, and Nana has sequins. And it's a thing. Okay. And I hope it looks nice. But last year I was feeling good in my green velvet suit. I felt so good. And this year I'm not as excited, but but Nana, where I lack in my outfit, Nana took it to the next level. She's sequence on sequence on sequence. So, if we have to drive to LA, the whole thing. So if I have time, I'll do a no offense, all offense. If not, I'll come back on Saturday, you guys. But again, smash that like on your way out. Comment after the video posts. And I will talk to you guys very soon. And always remember to enjoy yourself because it's later than you think. Bye.